Fundamentals move currency pairs, and news moves fundamentals. News of an interest rate hike or news of a subprime meltdown can cause a currency pair to change directions in an instant. The fundamentals that were true just 10 seconds earlier can become completely meaningless in the face of new fundamental information. You, as a forex trader, need to be able to react to big news when it is released. Luckily for you, most of the economic news that is going to be important to you as a forex trader is scheduled months in advance. For instance, you know a year in advance when the U.S. Federal Open Market Committee is going to be meeting to discuss interest rate changes. This gives you plenty of time to research the announcement and position your portfolio accordingly. A quick glance at the economic calendar lets you know about important upcoming events that have the potential to change or accelerate the movement of the currency pairs you are watching. As forex traders around the world gear up for scheduled news announcements, they start projecting what they believe the announcement is going to be. While no two analysts will arrive exactly at the same conclusion, if you look across the various estimates, you can determine what the average estimate is. This average estimate is also known as the consensus estimate. Knowing what this consensus estimate is will help you take advantage of price movements once the economic announcement is released, because the consensus estimate will already be priced in to the value of the currency pair. Here's how it looks. Once investors complete their analysis, they start placing their trades to take advantage of where they believe currencies are going to move in the future. They don't wait until the announcement comes out. They want to be ahead of the market. So by the time an economic announcement is released, most of the major market participants have already placed their trades. If an economic announcement is released and the number matches the consensus estimate, the currency pair will most likely not move very much. Since most of the big traders have already placed their trades, there are no new traders to jump in and move the currency pair. If, however, the actual number from the economic announcement is higher or lower than the consensus estimate, the price of the currency pair will have to adjust, either up or down, to factor in the new economic information. When you are trading the news, you want to take advantage of the announcements that surprise traders. Surprises cause traders to readjust their positions, which causes nice price swings. If you can effectively ride these swings, you can make anywhere from 50 to 100 pips in a matter of minutes in some instances. You can take advantage of the price movement that follows a news announcement by doing the following 3 things. You can enter your trade immediately following the economic and news announcement. You can wait for the market to process the new information and enter your trade once a new trend has been established. Or you can set 2 entry orders, one above the current price of the currency pair and one below the current price of the currency pair, just before the economic announcement is released. Entering immediately following an economic announcement is typically the most difficult way to trade the news. Currency pairs tend to adjust sharply when the result of an economic announcement is not what investors had anticipated. Depending on how quickly you get the economic news and how quickly you can enter your trade order, you may not be able to get into your trade before the price has already taken off. Most forex traders who trade the news choose to enter their trades once a new trend has been established. This is typically the easiest way to trade the news. Oftentimes, when an economic announcement is released, the price of the currency pair will fluctuate back and forth as investors try to determine which way the currency pair will move in the future. Once these investors have determined which direction they believe the currency pair is going to go, the currency pair generally develops a strong trend moving in that direction. Placing entry orders before an economic announcement is released is the most profitable way to trade if the news when you are right and the currency pair moves the direction you want it to. By placing your entry orders before the currency pair moves in one direction or the other, you assure yourself of entering the trade at the price which you specify. In other words, you don't have to worry about slippage when you're using entry orders. As soon as the price of the currency pair reaches your entry price, you will be placed into your trade. This method is also one of the riskiest ways to trade the news when the market whips back and forth immediately following the economic announcement. For instance, if the price of the currency pair moves higher immediately following the economic announcement, and then turns around and moves lower once the majority of market participants realize the economic announcement was bearish for the currency pair, you will be knocked into the trade once your entry order is hit, and then knocked right back out of it once the currency pair turns around and hits your second entry order. One way you can prevent this from happening is by deleting your second entry order once the first entry order is hit. However, you will want to place a stop loss on your trading after you hit your first entry order. Whichever way you decide to trade the news, make sure you continue to follow your trading and risk management rules, because you never know when unexpected news may turn your trade against you.